Man, these take me back to the 80s making Toll House cookies with my mom in the kitchen. I'm not even sure what I added to these to make them taste like my childhood, but every single ingredient works magically together. Since I started keto, I made it my mission to find the best versions of keto recipes that are as close to our favorite foods as possible. And I've tried so many recipes and even tweaked my own recipes several times just to get that perfect texture and flavor. And I think I finally nailed it with these cookies. So let's get to baking so I can show you how easy it is to make keto chocolate chip cookies taste like Toll House cookies. In a small bowl, add 1 cup of almond flour and then 1/4 cup of coconut flour. Now, before you turn up your nose about the coconut flour, just know that the combination of the 2 flours, the almond flour and the coconut flour, really produces a texture that is similar to all-purpose flour. That's why I use it a lot in my keto baking. And I promise you, it's not gonna taste like coconut. All the other ingredients are just gonna take that coconut flavor away. You're also gonna need a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Whisk this together and set it aside. Then in a large bowl, we're gonna cream together 1/2 cup of softened unsalted butter and 1/2 cup of sweetener. I'm gonna be using a monk fruit blend sweetener, but you could use whatever sweetener you want, just as long as it measures cup for cup with sugar. And I felt like this chocolate chip cookie spatula was totally fitting for today's recipe. Maybe that's why these taste so good. Once that's combined and fluffy, we're gonna mix in 1 egg and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Then slowly add in your dry ingredients. And for the chocolate chips, I'm gonna be using my favorite keto chocolate in the world, which is ChocZero. Their chocolate is sugar-free and sugar alcohol-free, and look at who is on the back of the bag right here. That's my original recipe for my keto chocolate chip cookies. That's really good, especially if you want a recipe with just using almond flour only and not one with coconut flour. I'll have a link on where you can get these keto chocolate chips down below in the description box. And if you use my code KetoFocus, you can save 10% on every single order. Anything you want to get there, from their syrups, their spreads, their chocolate, which is amazing, just use my code KetoFocus. Now we scoop our cookie dough and place it on a parchment lined baking tray. You want to space it around like an inch, 1.5 inches apart. And then I like to flatten these down. We're gonna bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for around 8 to 10 minutes. Mostly, I would say around 8 minutes. You just wanna cook them until the edges start to get golden brown. Don't let them go for too long. As soon as they start to get golden brown, pull it out. They're gonna be super soft and you're gonna be tempted to put them back in the oven, but don't. They're gonna continue to bake on that cookie sheet for another 3 to 5 minutes and they'll firm up before you can transfer them into a wire rack and let them finish cooling. These are simply the best. And I usually can get around 18 cookies out of one batch, but let's say you're a person that doesn't want to make a whole big batch of keto chocolate chip cookies, you just want one. Well, click on this recipe right here. I show you how to make just one keto cookie and it only takes a couple minutes to make. So good.